Once again, welcome to everyone, and I'm so happy to have here all these passionate people joining us for the Next Gen Cyber Women Community launch event. Before we get into the event itself, an introduction about myself. My name is Riveta Das, and I'm a cybersecurity consultant with over a decade of experience. And I'm very excited to be the host for the today's event. Sorry, next one. So, this is the agenda for our today's event. So first and foremost, we'll start with our purpose and goal behind this community. Here we'll explain the community objectives and the idea behind it. Next, we have two very wonderful keynote speakers who will be guiding us through. The first one will be Women in Cybersecurity, the current trends and their challenges. And the second one will be Cybersecurity as a career path for women. Following these keynotes, we'll be having a breakdown of the Next Gen Cyber Women's community structures and the roles, and we'll also be walking you through regarding how you can help us get with this with activities that we are planning. So after that, we'll kind of be opening the floor for a Q&A session, and this session is absolutely for the audience over here. Feel free to post your questions to the keynote speakers that we have, or any questions that you have regarding the community to the community members as well. But only request is please hold all your questions till the Q&A session, but you can utilize the Zoom chat feature throughout the event to post any questions that you have. With that said, I'm super excited about what's coming up, and I hope you are too. So to kick off this event, I'm going to welcome our esteemed community president, Vimla Anand, to kind of share the purpose and the goal of the Next Gen Cyber Women's community. Over to you, Vimla.
Thank you so much, Riveta, for such a warm welcome. So Riveta is not only our host for the day, she's also having an important role as an office bearer. I'll take you through, but thanks for accepting to be the host for the evening. Thank you so much.
Sure.
So hello, everyone. Good evening. I know it is not easy to take time out on a weekend for a session like this. I truly appreciate your commitment to cybersecurity and the curiosity to know about what Next Gen Cyber Women community is all about. So with a very brief introduction about myself. So I am Vimla. I have 2 decades of experience in cybersecurity domain. I began my career in 2004 as an application security analyst with HP Bangalore, and my client was Microsoft at that time. The intense environment in the initial stages of my career actually tested my skills and resilience. And also, it helped me shape my professional foundation and teaching me invaluable lessons, okay, that I will carry with me even today. So looking back now over 20 years, I now lead the cybersecurity department for an e-commerce platform. Like many of us, balancing womanhood, motherhood, and professional life was definitely challenging. And there were times I even considered stepping away from my professional career too. But thanks to all my mentors, colleagues who believed in me, encouraged me, and ensured that um, I never give up despite of the challenges. Uh, their support throughout my career inspired me to create this community to help other women themselves, empower themselves and excel in their own cybersecurity journey. Definitely a very special thanks to my family members for their constant support, without which I don't think I would be here today. So with that, throughout my career, I've also worked in various organizations, earned multiple certifications, and I've been active in cybersecurity communities like ISACA, ISC Squad, Elite CISO Group, and other women groups like Iron Lady. So now recently, I've also been the advisory, I was invited for the advisory board for an innovation community in KCG colleges and many more to come. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. That's a very brief about me. So now as a role as the president of NextGen Cyber Women, I'm committed to highlighting the importance of a dedicated community for women in cybersecurity. So now on the screen, you guys would have seen a picture, right? What do you understand from the image? Any answers? You can just type in your answers in the chat. I'll just give you probably a 15 seconds. What do you think from the image? I don't think I'm making you think, but I just want to see how active you are. I don't want you to be a passive listener. So
It's a
what do you
marathon.
think? Right, right, great. So basically, it's to be specific, people are running a marathon race, right? Imagine you're part of the audience of a marathon race. What would be some of the key scenes or observations from start to finish of a race? Uh, can answer over voice or even type in your answers. What are the some of the scenes that you would see during a as an
Race.
audience of a marathon race? Sorry?
Encouragement.
Right, right. Consistency. Okay, great. Any more answers? Pace. Okay,
And each
fine.
one will have their own face, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
pace, but completion is important, is what encouraged in marathons.
Oh, great, great. Who was that? It's just Padma, right? Okay, that was absolutely great. Okay, let me be more specific because I wanted to drive what I wanted to actually talk to you about. Imagine at the start of a marathon, you will see novice runners who are filled with excitement and nervousness. Probably they look upon to senior runners for tips and encouragement and things like that, right? Is a possible scene. You guys are with me?
Yes.
As the race also progresses, you will also see experienced runners who will be actually, setting a steady pace for the marathon. They'll be running in their own way, right? So they'll be setting up their pace. And you will also see aid stations. By aid stations, I mean water counters, energy drinks, all around the marathon roads, right? And one person already said cheering crowd. Definitely, there's a lot of crowd who will be encouraging and cheering the uh, racers or marathon runners, right? So, so apart from this, you'll also see the runners going to the finishing line, their milestones for which they are running towards. So now, why I am telling this to you? Any guesses? Any thoughts? What this all seem to you? Exactly. We are in a race, right? And apart from the race, we are doing building a support system, right, for the runners. We have aid stations, we have cheering crowd, all of them, right? So why I'm bringing this analogy is Next Gen Cyber Women community is here to build a professional support system for empowering women in cybersecurity to run your own races. Guys, you get that, right? Next slide, please. So now I will get into the actuals of what we want to cover uh, as part of our community. So, like how newcomers in cybersecurity need guidance and support to launch their careers. Next Gen Cyber Women is committed to providing this foundation with mentorship, internship possibilities, resources, and other opportunities, helping women start their journey with immense confidence and clarity. So, this is very vital as it sets the tone for the entire career, right? So, all the students and cybersecurity enthusiasts who have logged in today, welcome to Next Gen Cyber Community. We appreciate and admire your commitment. So, that's for the students. Our next comes our PACE partners, the mentors in Next Gen Cyber Women community. We look at taking guidance from them along with their professional paths, helping them stay on track, keep moving forward, even when the journey gets tough. So all the experienced cybersecurity are pacing partners joining us today. We warmly welcome you to our community again. So within our community, we shall be working to build our own aid stations, like as similar to that of uh, the the aid stations which I was talking about there, where they give you energy drinks, water, and so on and so forth. We would do that. We're planning to do that by including a lot of resources, conducting trainings, supporting the cyber professionals that keep our members energized, focused, and ready to tackle any challenge that they may face in their journey or their race, right? The community members will be our cheering crowd, celebrating every success and providing support during tough times. Feel free to call us out. We are in there. You will have your numbers. You can reach out to us based on our availability. The community itself is going to be your cheering crowd. So, achieving your significant career milestones in cybersecurity shall be more rewarding with a community like us as we celebrate it together. So, this community shall ensure that no
Vimala, you are muted.
Okay. You guys hear me? So
Yes,
I was just saying, so this community shall ensure that no one runs the race alone, making the journey in cybersecurity not only manageable, but truly fulfilling and empowering. So that's all about next gen cyber women, the purpose of it. And with that, I would like to hand it over to Riveta to introduce our speakers for the day.
Thank you, Vimala. That was a wonderful analogy about our community. Yeah, one second. Yeah. So I'm delighted to introduce our first keynote speaker for today, Ramya Rupa Duraisamy. She has over 20 years of experience in cybersecurity, and Ramya has demonstrated her expertise in leadership, technical delivery, business development, as well as project management. Ramya's main focus is on identity and access governance. She has been featured speaker at numerous IAM conferences worldwide. Before joining EY, she has played a crucial role in expanding the healthcare cybersecurity segment as a head of cyber innovations and healthcare sector at Cognizant Technology Solutions. Ramya began her career as an IAS consultant at IBM US and has a patent related to data privacy, which she co-authored with her mentors at IBM. She holds a master's degrees with the College of Engineering at Florida International University. Currently, she's residing in Chennai. Ramya is married and a proud mother of 3 children. She enjoys embracing her life to the fullest, finds joy in philosophy, art, and spirituality. Today, Ramya will be sharing her insights on women in cybersecurity, the current trends and challenges. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Ramya Rupaduraisamy. Over to you, Ramya.
Thank you so much. Am I audible, Revita?
Yes, you are.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, and it's my honor and pleasure to be here. So as Revita said, I've been a purebred cybersecurity professional from the very beginning of my career, and I've known some of the women here. Vimala and I, we've been associated for more than a decade now, and I was very touched and moved beyond words, right? When women like us, we come forward and we want to give back to our community, right? So as Vimla said, in IT, it definitely feels like we're all in a race and everybody is running so fast. But I think what makes it really meaningful is when we stop and we look around and we want to, you know, make this a joint one, right? It's not like you're running it alone. You want to make this a one where you are doing it together, right? So when you win, everybody wins along with you. I think that becomes more meaningful and that really gives a joy and fulfillment. So thank you so much, Vimala, Reveta, and all the other organizers for creating such a powerful community. I think it was a much needed one for women in Chennai. I'm very, as I said, honored and happy to be associated. And thank you so much for inviting me today to be the keynote speaker. So, the topic Vimla gave me was women in cybersecurity trends and challenges. So, before I dive into the topic, I just want to connect with the audience. How are you all doing? I know many of you, the faces and the voices, names were all very familiar. So, does anyone want to put on the comment box and tell me, what do you think? Why is this topic so interesting for us, women in cybersecurity? Uh, any thoughts from anyone before I dive in and share with you my point of view? Happy to, hear some views, right, as I get started. I think we're a mixed community of different age groups, if I'm not wrong. So we have people who have been in the industry for many years, people who have been, for a few years, they've started their career, they're looking for guidance. And then we also have people who are interested to get, inspired and take up cybersecurity as a profession, right? So I think we're going to be addressing different age groups. But definitely, what we're going to talk is going to resonate with most of you, is what I'm hoping.
Yeah, correct. When we all started two decades back, or mostly the um, projects are run on, or the data centers or on premises,
Right.
right? And we used to have offshore development centers where uh, uh, people have full control on security. And now we move to cloud, and especially now it's open source and open AI tools. So we don't know where the threat will come from.
Right.
Right. So cybersecurity has become more critical now than earlier, is my understanding. And that's why from project management, I thought, okay, management we have understood well. So why not this now?
Absolutely. No, I think you're bang on, right? And thank you so much. I didn't catch your name, sorry.
Padma.
Padma. Thank you, Padma. I think, that's absolutely right. Cybersecurity is now the most, what do you say, relevant, as well as, it is one topic which cuts across all the industries, all the markets, everything, right? Not just technology, but even if you look at the geopolitical situation in the world, several aspects of our lives, right? It is all tying back to cybersecurity because everything is digital around us, right? So uh, I think all of us are living in a physical world as well as a virtual world. So security, when we look at security, it's just the way in a physical world, it's so important, right? The amount of respect we have for the people who guard us, who play a role in protecting our entire society from all the bad actors out there. I think it's very similar. So the people in cybersecurity profession, I think many of us, right? I think for a lack of a better analogy, I think we look at ourselves as warriors, right? We're cyber warriors who are like constantly trying to protect our, virtual community, right, from many different things. This whole digital world, from starting from our identity to our access to our data to our assets to network to cloud, whatnot, right? Anything and everything, it has to be protected. So I think that's what it's an all-encompassing field where if you're very passionate, and I think as women, protection is something, it comes very naturally to us, right? One, we definitely have that inner intuition of always wanting to feel secure, secure the place where we live, secure our family, secure our circle, that I think it's a very innate quality which is like very heightened in a woman, right? So if you can go on to the next slide. So before I kind of get into specifically women, I want to touch upon some of the very key facts which I think all of you are probably aware of, but I still want to highlight, right, because it's very important. So, cybersecurity, I mean, most of you probably are aware in this group that, the market size is huge, right? We are talking about, a 210 billion market, right? And the growth rate, it's one of the fastest growing, where the compounded annual growth rate is about 10 to 12%, which is quite high. And then if you look at our what do you say, the opportunities which is there, right? The skill gap currently that you have in cybersecurity, you have close to a 3.5, 3.4 million global shortage. Can you imagine that?
Mhm.
That is the size of the number of people and the skill gap which is currently there. And right now, if you just look at any stats, you would see that there is more than 1 million open demands for cyber skills, right? So I think you won't find many such fields, right, where there are so many opportunities which are active, open, and there is such a big, gap in availability, right? So the demand is high and the supply is less, right? So this is obviously, it puts it in a very hot and niche market out there, right? And when you look at the IT spend, I think, like Padma was saying, because of various different reasons, right? The cyber crime, the spend has gone up. There used to be a point where the cyber spend was only like 2% to 5%, right? From there, I think if you look at the spend now, which includes the cloud security and all the AI and IoTs and all the fields of cybersecurity put together, the spend has significantly gone up to close to 10-15% is the spend that you can see now, right? Most companies. And why the spend now? As I said, there is a significant increase in ransomware attacks, data breaches, phishing attacks. And I think Vimala, there was a pop quiz also, right, about the CrowdStrike event that happened. I think Veta talked about the fun that everybody had getting handwritten boarding passes. So it is very real, right? I mean, we are experiencing what happens if cybersecurity goes for a toss. The entire, how the entire world comes to a standstill, right? Not just one area, but every other area, gets impacted, and the whole world. Imagine if in today's, digital era, you don't have to get into physical warfare, right? That those are those days are gone. So the future is going to see more of these type of cyber warfare, right? If a if a country wants to attack another country, the best or the easiest or the most advanced way of doing it would be like launch a cyber warfare, which is what is happening, right? We are seeing that happening across the geopolitical scenario. So therefore, cybersecurity, it's not just from a just plain simple growth market skill, right? It is the need of the world right now. The world is going through a drastic transformation shift where cybersecurity is going to be, at the core of what will be securing the world, right? Imagine, I mean, being part of such a thing. Of course, the financial impact, right? And the day when these attacks happen, the kind of money that people lose, right? The businesses lose, and the impact it has is tremendous, right? I mean, we're talking not in billions but in trillions now, right? The damages and the cost of going through these cyber attacks. And obviously, the government is also playing its role, right? So it's trying to come up with regulations and compliances. And so every product or software or system or asset or whatever be it, they want to ensure that all the cybersecurity basics and the new architectures are in place, right? So when it is not complied, they are also trying to impose heavy fines. And we know there are very specific regulations when it comes to dealing with the individual's digital identities. Like we've seen the GDPRs and many other compliances, right? So the fines are very huge. And now coming to the most interesting part, right? When it comes to workforce, um, this is something, from a stats perspective, we've all seen it multiple places, right? 30% of cybersecurity professionals are women. Um, so you would think this is fantastic, but I don't think so, right? Cybersecurity, just like any other profession, um, I don't see why we should be celebrating. Hey, we are 30%, right? I mean, I think it's not even about any percentage, right? It's just about women embracing, cybersecurity like any other field of opportunity, right? But for me, what is really dampening is, even when we have 30% of women out there in the cyber force, only 17% of them are in leadership roles. So for me, that was, you know, um, food for thought, right? Why is that the case? And I think today, all of us gathered here, I think I deeper on, how do we, as professionals, as subject matter experts, as very aspiring professionals, how should we look at our careers in the long term, especially in the cybersecurity field, and how do we, contribute, to making sure that women are there at the top, right? So I think that will be my I will be diving more deep into that. But yeah, the other point I wanted to cover is the training and certification aspect. So you would see that for cybersecurity roles, it's very important that we have proper certifications, uh, which go hand in hand with, for us to perform the job, right? So most of the opportunities you would see that the prerequisite in the job itself will have, you have to have these certifications, you should have, got trained yourself in these skill sets. So these are mandatory because cyber being a very very niche area, right? It is extremely important that we will need to have these necessary ammunition, right? So any questions so far? I want to just take a quick pause before I go to the next slide. I mean, this is just like I just want to ensure that all of us are aligned on the, the facts and the foundation, right? So you can go to the next slide while if anyone has a question, they can ask. Okay, so the this slide for me is the most important exercise that each and every one of us should be doing. And this is a very generic one which I've done, taking us women as a community in general, the SWOT analysis, right? What is your strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat? Um, and I think what would be really powerful is each one of us does our own SWOT analysis for our own self, because these boxes here may change a little bit for every individual, right? But I wanted to touch upon this because I feel this is one exercise as any professional. I think we have to sit down and get this done for ourselves to understand where do I stand, you know, uh, what are my strengths. It's very very important, right? And for women, I think if you look at it, our strengths are, see, teamwork, empathy, creative problem solving, multitasking, like doing extensive planning, like what our committee members did today, right? Pulling such kind of amazing events, all that, uh, it comes naturally to women, right? We put things together. We always try to put things together, create beautiful art, or create beautiful masterpieces, right? And there is something that drives us, which is purpose, I feel, right? Whether we use fancy terms or technologies or words, or it these days I think there are more ways to coin these things or give it a very nice word to it. But whether we use those words or not, I personally believe every woman, out there who's in a career and who's taking care of family, very very, grounded, we're all very purpose driven, right? We are there, we want to contribute not just to our immediate circle, we want to contribute out there to the world. So I think these are things which come very naturally to women without putting in any extra effort, right? And how do we ensure that, we don't sort of take these, sometimes we don't use these strengths to our advantage at work, right? While we understand that yes, these are strengths, but the key is to unlock opportunities with these strengths, right? And at the same time, if you look at some of the weaknesses, right, I call work life balance a weakness because this has become such a big hype. Okay, so every person you talk to, they keep talking about, I need work life balance. And to me, after being in this industry for 20 years, I can tell you, I can uh, write in a paper and sign and tell you that there is no such thing called work life balance. Okay. um, when you make work a part of your life, and it when only when the separation is almost nil, right? When you have so much of passion, commitment, and drive and enthusiasm that work becomes a part of your life, you don't distinguish the two. I think that is when you become really successful. So whenever you try to draw a line saying that I will do this 9 to 5, beyond that, I'm going to do something very different. uh, I mean, that's okay when you're looking at it as a very a money making venture, or a just any job, right? But if you really want to be that person who wants to go to the heights and really bring out the best in you, and do something and contribute something to the world, I think if you go and read up on any of the women leaders who are at the top in the CXO rules, they will tell you that there are days when you work 24 hours, and there are days when you do 5 hours also, right? So this is something which women, as women, I think we have to understand, because I see a lot of these new young generation where they get very carried away by these terminologies of work life balance, right? So I feel we should not let this become like a something that stops ourselves, right? Hey, I need to take care of my family, therefore I can only do so much at work. So I feel that kind of approach may put us at a back foot, is what I feel. And obviously, I've seen many of us where we are not very good negotiators, right? We would, whenever we some of you would have switched jobs, you will agree with me that when you go and look at the job description, the JD, right? uh, if you're not 100%, you think that you have the 100% ask of what's there in the JD, we don't even feel like we are qualified to apply. So if there's like a 60%, 70%, we automatically disqualify ourselves. And after that, let's say we cross that, and then we apply and we get the job, then I mean, there is no negotiation, be it for the role or the title or the salary, right? uh, we
Ramya,
we just accept whatever HR is telling us. Yeah,
apologies, just a time check. Sorry.
sure, sure. So I think negotiation is definitely something we lack. Imposter syndrome, again, lack of confidence, big time, right? Uh, and a lot of times we are our own enemy, where we perceive our abilities and strengths not to that extent. And networking is a big barrier. I think communities like this is really why we have to come out and network more, right? And again, underestimation. So these are all some of the common weaknesses, and I'm not saying each one of us here has all of these, right? But these are some of the very common ones which kind of puts all of us at a back foot. Opportunities wise, right? Why cyber is so important for cyber women, I mean, of all of us women here. So why cybersecurity is so, in my opinion, it gives a great opportunity, is because one of the things women look for is stability, and cybersecurity is one field which is here to stay. New technologies might come, you might have to learn new things, but as a field, it is going to be there. Security is never going to go away, right? It's only going to get more and more relevant and more important, and therefore stability wise it's perfect, right? And great leadership opportunities, like I told you, very less penetrated, right? So now is the right time for us to start thinking about how to become that next women cyber leader, and a lot of opportunities to innovate, to grow, etc., right? And from a threat standpoint, of course, being it such a hot industry out there, so many things keep changing, it's ever changing. A lot of demand from the role, right, to perform. Obviously, when you're getting into such a key skill or a job, right, the expectation from you to perform is very high, and therefore there is some stress of how am I going to adapt, how do we fit ourselves into predominantly, you find more of your male colleagues out there. How do you fit into that culture? And family pressure. I think women, for us, it's this is so important, right? I think a lot of times we undergo a lot of situations out there in the family where we tend to again put ourselves at the back, saying I cannot take this type of a role, right? Let's go to the next slide. So this is something I wanted to give you this picture because I want each of you, I'm sure you would be able to relate to this, but you would have to do this exercise for yourself to see, right, where are your strengths, weaknesses. And I'm going to give you some very relevant strategies. I know all of you know this already, but I want to reiterate, right? um, and this is what has worked for me personally, right? I'm just telling you what has worked in my life. So first one is building support networks. So be it personal, professional, I think this is so important. I can't reiterate this enough, right? Personal, of course, we all do, right? We all build our support systems at home through helpers, to our family, relatives. We do that. But professional, we tend to often ignore. I think one of the key purposes of Vimila and team starting such a community is for us to, start getting involved in a professional networking circle, right? Women, we don't find time to go out and network, right? But we should do that because only when we network, we understand, where are we, what is it that I need to, learn from my peers, what do I aspire for. These are very important things, right? And along with that networking, you will also get mentorship and sponsorship, right? These are two very different things. People tend to mix it up, but mentorship and sponsorship are different and they are both important. Mentor will tell you, they'll guide you, they will coach, mentor, they will show you a path. But sponsor is the one who will literally take you there, right? They will talk for you. They will make sure that they open up those hidden, invisible doors for you to walk through, right? So you should seek for mentors and sponsors as you start networking. And self development. This is one thing where all of us we do, as people, either in career or aspiring to pick up a professional job, we all do a lot of development activities, but it's mostly personality related, right? But I would strongly urge that we also show equal interest in role based and technology based development programs, which are very very specific, right? Some of the trainings and the certifications which go hand in hand with helping you, vouch for your abilities, right, for you to perform in your job. So it's very important. And self awareness, to me, I mean, this is like the core of who we are, right? I mean, we should know the SWOT analysis I talked to you about. It's essentially for each one of us to know who we are, what are our strengths. And you should know your terrain, right? If cybersecurity is your terrain, you should know, you should spend time understanding what's happening, out there. You should spend time reading articles, coming up, and going through a lot of TEDx talks, participating in such programs. It's very important. We know our terrain. Know your enemies. I think enemies, it's both ways, right? You should know your internal enemies because a lot of times we are our own enemy. The way we think, the way we perceive, the way our fears tend to hold us back. So you should know your internal enemy as well as the external enemy, right? So in your career place, you should know who are the people, who might talk very sweet, but at the back who are, trying to stab you. So know your enemies very well and know your mission purpose. This is very important. And of course, self love. I can't reiterate this, right? So you have to love yourself more than anyone else in this world, right? You have to love your professional image, your work. Like I said, if you start distinguishing your work and your life, it's like very mediocre, right? You can get to an extent, but you will stay there. But if you really want to go to the top, you need to love your work and you have to make work a part of your life. And therefore, you love your life as well, right? Everything about it. So, with that, I want to conclude. I know we have strict time today. So, the next slide, I just want to conclude with, if you go and go to the next slide, um, I just want to, leave you with these three very, for me, it's like a pearl of wisdom, right? More than a quote. So the first one is by Anne Ryan. The question isn't who is going to let me, it is who is going to stop me, right? So that is the attitude that women should carry with ourselves, right? Who is going to stop me? It's me. I decide for myself where I want to be, right? And you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. And this is something we women have to tell ourselves so many times in a day. You know, perfection is different, but you're amazing just the way you are, holding so many things together. And a woman is unstoppable after she realizes she deserves better, right? I think that sums it all up. We deserve the best. And the minute we realize that, there's so much more I can achieve, that's it. Everything opens up. The entire universe opens up for you. And I feel today we are at the right place, right time, where it's already like one such, door which is open for all of us to come together, be a part of this community. And I want to conclude by saying that, um, this community will be one amazing place where we can both give and take, right? So I urge all of us, right, as we try to take some learnings, trainings, programs that they're going to conduct, we should also look for opportunities to give. I think only when you give and take, it becomes a true community, and that's when we can, be on this journey together, right? Because this should become a very self-sustaining, thing which can take many such women, right? Can guide them and take them to, really great heights. With that, I hand it over back to the organizers. So, Riveta, thank you so much once again. Thank you, Vimla. Over to you.
Thank you
Thank
so much, Ramya. That was such a wonderful note. I think that would have been really, touching most of our audience today. Absolutely, a wow moment for most of us. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
over
Rama.
to you, Rivej.
Thank you, Vimla. Thank you, Ramya. And since it's a virtual event and we can't really have a round of applause, so I just kind of arranged like a virtual round of applause for you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Before we move on, so since this is a launch event, and we would really like to kind of take a picture with every one of you on the video. So just if you can, all of you can come on the video for just a couple of minutes. We'll take a quick photo, and then we'll just get on with the show. Let me just bring back our.
I think you should stop sharing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Sorry.
Okay.
I think maybe we'll go with the starting deck so that it.
Uh, okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Just get the participants all
I
in
think
one.
you should stop sharing so that we can see all the members in gallery view
Yeah, I think I just go to the
and
meeting
then take a
tab. There should be one. So yeah, please, everyone, requesting you all to come on video for just 2 minutes. We'll take a few screenshots, and then we'll get on. Come on, guys. Okay, okay. I can see a few couple of people. Come on, ladies.
Okay.
And gents too. I know there are a couple of gents in the meeting as well. I'm not excluding you guys, so please join in.
I see many of you are traveling. Thanks
Yeah,
for taking time and still joining. Yeah. Okay. I think we should go.
we should go on. Okay,
And
just go back. Sorry about that.
took the pic.
Yeah, I've taken a couple of pics.
Okay.
So, as we move on to our next speaker, I have the great honor of introducing Dr. S. Lata. Dr. Lata is the director of the Center for Cyber Forensics and Information Security. She is also a professor in the Department of Criminology and at the University of Madras. She has authored 12 books, published around 60 articles in prestigious international and national journals and books. Dr. Lata has received several awards for her dedication to teaching and research in criminology. She is a founding member of the Asian Criminology Society and currently serves as the Honorary Secretary of the International Victim and Justice Foundation. Her primary research interest includes cybercrime, social media crimes, restorative justice, crime against women and children, and victim justice. With over 20 years of experience, Dr. Lata continues to make a significant contribution to her area of expertise. And today, she has joined us to guide us on the cybersecurity as a career path for women. Let's extend a warm welcome to Dr. Lata. Dr. Lata, over to you.
Can you hear me? Good evening.
Hey, good evening, Lata. We
Good
can hear
evening.
you.
Okay. So nice to meet you all here. And thank you for inviting me for this remarkable event of launching the next gen women in cybersecurity field. I appreciate the entire team members led by Ms. Vimalashri and all other supporting women who are trying to enrich the next generation in the field of cybersecurity. And I have seen a lot of such forums in other countries, including UK, Australia. Australia is leading in such forums and many other countries. But having women as a forefront in the cybersecurity, we have very few forums in India. And I'm happy that this forum, as explained by Vimalashri with very insightful objectives, I'm sure that it is going to contribute in the future for all of us to develop. And if I should say that I was not a core cybersecurity professional when I started this career, I was basically a criminologist. I did my research in criminology. In fact, that was a daring subject by women in those days. But I took a research in criminology, did my master's also in criminology. Then later I got interest in computers when the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, he introduced computers in schools. That was the time when I entered in the field of computers, where the DOS prompts were very, prominent and people were using that. So that time I started teaching computer science in all the corporation schools and government schools under the MP lab scheme, that is Member of Parliament, development scheme. So then I started developing more interest in computers and I joined my research in Madras University as UGC Research Fellow. Then I was leading a lot of programs in Madras University. Then the University Grants Commission, they said, why don't you start some innovative program in your university? So with the support of my mentors and my senior professors like Professor Tilakraj and Dr. Shivamurthy, we thought we could introduce cybercrime as one of the subjects in the Madras University. That time, no university or no college was thinking about introducing this subject at all. It was in the year 2004 we introduced this course as a PG diploma in cybercrime and information security, where working professionals like you, who were working in different genres of IT departments, they wanted to enrich, and law enforcement officials like police, judiciary, so they also wanted to enrich their knowledge in this field and wanted to proceed their career in cybersecurity. So we started as an evening program, which was very successful. And after that, we thought, why don't we introduce this course as a master's degree in University of Madras? So we introduced this course as MSc Cyber Forensics and Information Security in University of Madras. And I'm sure that this will be the pioneering department in entire India to offer this course as a, independent course. So we started with the course. And talking about today's cybersecurity as career path for women, when we started this course, we were surprised to know that women candidates also enrolled to study this particular master's degree. And from then to now, almost around 800 students, we being a government department, we have a limitation of seats. So we can't exceed from 30 to 40 every year. So at the maximum, we can take 45 students. So all these years, almost around 800 students have been graduated from this department. And if you take the history of the students getting enrolled, in fact, last 1 week, I was totally busy with the admission sessions. Even Vimala tried to reach me, but I could not because it was jam-packed because of the admissions. You know, a lot of recommendations will come, a lot of pressures will come. Only we didn't get anything from Delhi, but entire Tamil Nadu, we got all the pressures. So such a demand is there for this particular course, especially cybersecurity in Madras University. I could see that the rate of enrolling of girl candidates, women candidates, is gradually increasing. And in the present batch where they have enrolled, I could see almost 60-40, 60% of women and 40% of men candidates who have enrolled in this particular course. So as a teacher, as a mentor who had introduced the subject not only in Madras University, we have introduced this course in various colleges and possible universities in Tamil Nadu as MSc, BTech, and BSc. We have BTech Cybersecurity in some universities. We have BSc Cybersecurity and Information, Cyber Forensics, and we have in different nomenclatures, but we have almost introduced in more than 25 institutions in Tamil Nadu from Madras University. So I could see that a gaggle of women candidates are actually enrolling in all the colleges and also in all the universities to take up this course as their career. So when we started this course, maybe I would like to answer one or two, three questions in this particular genre. The first question is like whether women can enroll in this course. Yes, of course, women do have a very good future in cybersecurity, and they can definitely enroll in any masters or any bachelors or in any approved diplomas or certifications or leading diploma or certifications. Many of the private institutions, as you know, I don't want to name any of the bodies, but many bodies are also certifying. So people can choose any of the certifications and they can definitely enroll. Whether women can shine in this field, I have too many examples in my own department. If you take the alumni of my department from Madras University, out of the girl students enrolled, I don't see even 10% not getting employed in this particular field. And even that 10% could not have opted to go for job. Either they wanted to get married and settled at home, or they wanted to proceed for research. Otherwise, almost, 90% of the women students have got potential jobs. Where? The next question is, where do they get the job in the cybersecurity arena? Like I could see Vimala Shri here, I could see Ramya here. So they are from ENY. In fact, when we designed the first curriculum for this course in Madras University, we had an advisory board where people from industry were enrolled. This is the first course in the entire India. We involved industry people to frame the syllabus along with the academia like us. So we had members like Mr. Badrinath from ENY, and we had Dr. Ramasubramaniam, we have Mr. Vijay Kumar from ISC2 and Isaka. So we had a lot of members who were in the panel to actually design this course, right? So with this course content and even the industry people coming and delivering the content along with us in the course, the students got good placement, right? So in this placement, I could see if women are asking the question whether we can get a job in cybersecurity field, many of the women even now come and ask us, ma'am, will we get a job if at all we do this course? So I can see like 90% of the women candidates who are enrolled in this particular courses in any of the institutions in Tamil Nadu, which I have known, have definitely gone with the job if they really want to enter into this field. And next question is like where we can get a job. So I can talk like you are there to talk about industry like ENY or Cognizant or some company. But I can say like we have job in governmental sectors, we have job in non-governmental sectors also, we have in industries, corporates, telecom fields, banking fields, and what not. And now the medical field is rushing to recruit cybersecurity experts. You know, a lot of threats are involving in medical fields also. In fact, being criminology department and cyber forensics department professional, we are getting cases every day stating that what we can do, how we can handle that without going to police. You know, going to police is a taboo for many companies. They don't want to go because it will get flashed in the newspapers or it will get flashed in the public arena, so it will become a reputation issue for them. So I know that many companies have lost many large amounts in ransomware attacks and a lot of cybersecurity attacks, but they would like to have their own cybersecurity professionals to tackle these issues and also digital forensic experts. So I can say that out of these 800 students, and we have almost 60% of the women candidates enrolled in the entire course. I can see almost 90% of them are placed in law enforcement. They are placed in police. They are placed in many of the government institutions, including CBI. And recently, even in many other government institutions they got recruited, and also they get recruited in corporates like ENY or Deloitte or Cognizant, or in banking industries. We have a lot of our students, getting enrolled in banking industries also. So whether it is governmental agencies or non-governmental agencies, the openings are there for everyone. And I can say that this is the only course which is beyond gender disparity, or which is beyond gender discrimination, maybe I can say. Out of the students which I have seen women in many leadership positions. They are facing a lot of harassments. They are facing a lot of problems to cope up with men colleagues, or facing gender issues. But I could see that women in this field could flourish beyond harassment, beyond gender issues. This is one of the particular subject where you don't have much gender issues. I don't say nil. I can't say nil. Everywhere, definitely, you will have somebody who keeps doing that. But this is one field where women can command and demand and proceed in their future. And I can say that my students are proud alumni who are working in Australian New Zealand Bank, or RAC Bank, or many other banks. And one of my student is also information security officer in US President's office. So there is no question saying that women can't enter into this particular career. You do have a lot of career opportunities in cybersecurity. Women can definitely flourish. And the next question, which the women candidates normally ask with me when they want to take cybersecurity as a career, is, will it demand a 24/7 work? Vimala Shri should be knowing, Ramya should be knowing. Will it demand 24/7 work? But I will ask, which profession is not demanding 24/7 work, right? So, like any other profession, this profession also demands your time. But I can more easily say, like, this timing is also, appropriate, and we can handle easily. And because we being women, there is no difficulty in handling the timing of this particular work. If you choose your work, like whether in cybersecurity profession or the subject, you have different genres. For example, GRC consultant, GRC, or resilience management. So all these things have potential growth for women candidates, and they can choose their own timing, or even otherwise, the timing is matching with the other profession, but it is not like 100% highly demanding of other professions. You can definitely contribute in this field. You can flourish. I have seen my students who cannot even speak one single line in English. This is another field where English is not mandatorily important. Of course, you need it for communication to get through the interview. For the interview purpose, when the companies come for campus placements, of course, the students have to perform. But this is one subject where the language is not a barrier to flourish. So, any language, any gender, any community, any creed, this subject has got a very good scope in future, and women can definitely venture. There is no doubt at all. Like, they can definitely do. So if anyone has any question regarding the education related to cybersecurity or digital forensics, definitely they can reach to us. They can reach to Madras University, or to me, or through Vimala, through their agencies. I'm happy that Vimala has taken this initiative along with her other colleagues and friends. And I wish that they will also have one genre in their particular organization, that career guidance being one of the option for their services. So career guidance is very important, and we can definitely join with you to offer this career guidance, and we can support women candidates. Like as Ramya rightly told, there is a depth of skill in this particular domain. Like you need almost lakhs and lakhs of cybersecurity professionals in the coming era. The world is not going to sleep without the cybersecurity professionals anymore, right? You can't sleep peacefully. We can't sleep with a mobile or laptop. And the cybersecurity professionals safeguard our mobile and laptop, which is near to us. We don't even bother whether our husband is near to us, whether our children are near to us, but we can't sleep without a mobile phone or laptop, despite knowing that it has a lot of risk in having these gadgets in our personal space. So we do create a lot of awareness among women. So the next genre which this next gen women can actually do is along with our departments and colleges, they can definitely organize a lot of awareness programs exclusively for women to safeguard themselves. See, as I told you, we are getting every day one case where one teenage girl or even a grown-up women or elderly women are getting abused in the cyberspace in various manners. Like in the name of love, in the name of trust, in the name of greed, lot of cheating and lot of things are happening. And now artificial intelligence have come out in cybersecurity, I mean cyber field, and that is also creating lot of threat for many women. And I could see many of them losing money. Every day we bang upon the cybercrime cell to say that, madam, we have got such a complaint, we have to revert back the money. And especially elderly women, they don't know how to handle the mobile. So they get into victim. So one of the genre, apart from career guidance, the next gen women can definitely take up is creating awareness among the college children and also grown up women. I will say you more than the college girls, I can say the senior women above 40 years are getting more victimized in the cyberspace. So we have to create a lot of awareness on how to use the cyberspace safely. We can't live without a cyberspace. We can't even imagine living without a cyberspace. But we can try to create a lot of awareness on how to use it safely and how to, the gadget should not govern us, but we have to govern the gadget. So that particular awareness have to be brought among the school children, college children, and also like women in the community to safeguard themselves in the future from various crimes against themselves. So if these genres are, taken up by next gen, apart from industry support, industry support is always there. I know that industry support can be given by many people, but these are some untouched area for girls and women, especially when girls want to take up a career. They don't know like how to start with the cybersecurity career, where to go with the cybersecurity career, or they have 101 questions on whether it will be good, how much we earn. That is another question. I can definitely say women can definitely earn more than any other profession in cybersecurity. Not needed that you have to get an employee in any of the agencies. Even as freelancer, I can definitely guarantee that you can earn lot of amount from this particular career. And also this is one of the particular career where during COVID there was not recession. Even during COVID I was called for, giving lot of potential candidates to various companies. Campus recruitment happened even in COVID period.
Apologies,
So there was
Dr.
no
Lata.
recession.
Sorry, just
Yes.
a time check.
Yeah. So there is no depth of career for women in cybersecurity. You have lot of avenues. Lot of government colleges and universities are offering these courses apart from industry oriented certifications, and women can definitely take up without time issues or money issues out of it. And whether I can have a break, many of the women will have a question whether I can take a break during my marriage or during my childbearing time or whatever. Every condition applies for women employee as in any other company. So there is no need to worry on that. And the next gen women can actually concentrate on whatever I actually pondered upon now. I know that this is only a start, but maybe in the future we can discuss and we can have a forum to, devise a lot of plans and programs for your next gen. All the best, congratulations, and my support is always there for entire team throughout your career. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lata. That was like, I kind of noted down all the points that you were telling. I mean, I'm already excited on how we can collaborate much more, but thank you so much for all the insights once again.
Thank you, Dr.
Riveta,
Lata.
over to you.
Yes, thank you. Aklata, thank you so much. I think the insight that you gave not only did it inspire the current students, but also I think us as a working profession. I think I'm at least inspired right now to see that there are so many young students coming into the profession that I am. So it inspires me not only to make a better working world for them, also for myself and for everyone around me. So thank you so much for that. Sorry, one second. Just a virtual applause for you for the wonderful insight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know we are at the top of the hours, but I would request everyone just maybe 15 more minutes so that we can just finish, wrap up almost. We're almost at the end over here. Um, Next, I'll love to call back Vimala, our esteemed president, back to introduce our current team members and the roles. So, Vimala, over to you.
Sure, sure. So, folks, we have the actual crux of the meeting now. We wanted to introduce our uh, our team, our office bearers. So it is definitely a great pleasure to introduce them. So you already know me. So let's move on to start introducing the Vice President of Next Gen Cyber Women. It is Pavitra Jayaprakash. Pavitra brings over 12 years of extensive experience in cybersecurity with a background spanning in banking and finance, insurance, oil, gas domains, and many more actually. Her expertise is particularly very strong in application security. She has hands on experience with leading vendor tools. Pavitra has always been keen in helping clients shift from the traditional models to more, continuous integrations, and has led many training sessions for to instill security best practices in developers and so forth. Pavitra also holds various certifications in cloud and DevOps, showcases her advanced skills in these areas. Outside of professional achievements, Pavitra enjoys spending time with a toddler, uh, and she also does mandalas and also very passionate in baking. So you see the mix, right? Passion that complements a dynamic and well-rounded personality. So, so as the vice president of this community, Pavitra will be working very closely with me and other office bearers to execute our strategic vision and oversee the programs that we plan. We will enhance, she will also enhance member engagements, and assist with organizing events and so forth. So please join in welcoming Pavitra Jayaprakash, whose expertise and leadership are making a significant impact in our cybersecurity community. So next, I would like to introduce Riveta Das. As I said, she's already you're doing a duo. She's a general secretary and also is a host for this evening. Riveta is an application security expert with 10 years of experience in cybersecurity. She currently works in a consulting firm as a cybersecurity consultant. She began her career as an application developer. See the switch. She started as an application developer and she later transitioned into application security roles where she found her passion. So that's very unique again. So experience spans in various industries, which includes insurance, healthcare, e-commerce, etc. As the general secretary of Next Gen Cyber Women, Riveta will work closely with the office bearers and will handle most of the administrative duties, including um, communication, coordinating meetings, overseeing membership, and so on and so forth. So, welcome Riveta to the committee. Thank you for that. So next, I would like to introduce our advisory board, Mr. Karthik. So he is the visionary behind Next Gen Cyber Women community. His guidance and support has been very crucial to this initiative. Karthik will continue to provide expert input and represent our community at external forums and other conferences as well. Um, Thank you, Karthik, for all the support. Okay, now we now approach the most exciting part, the official launch of Next Gen Cyber Women community. So let's begin the countdown, Riveta. Guys, come on, yeah.
9, 8,
7,
6,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4, 3,
2,
2,
1,
1.
go.
Hey, we declare, very thrilled to declare the launch of Next Gen Cyber Women community.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, guys. We just want to now hand it over to our Vice President, Pavitra, to discuss the next steps that we have planned to do for this community.
Thank you so much, Vimla. Hello, everyone. I'm Pavitra, Vice President of NGCW Community. It's a great pleasure to meet you all today on this exciting launch event. Thank you for all of you to spend some time on your weekend, come here and support us on this launch event. It's so good to see so many people, and it's kind of giving us an hope that we are on a right path. Now, let me talk about the next step and future plans for our community. The NextGen Cyber Women community will serve as a platform for networking, mentorship, and collaboration in cybersecurity. Here we will share insights, address our challenges, find the solutions that benefit both our members as well as the industry. So as you heard from our key speakers, it's so important for us to build our support system. So this will be a right platform for you to build your own support system. If you're a person who wants to start your support system, or if you're a person who wants to expand your support system, then you're in the right place. We will have those facilitated for you. So to ensure that we have a close collaboration between our core members and as well as the members of the community, we are bringing a WhatsApp group. So those who have already registered in our community, you would be already part of this WhatsApp group. So the registered members can further opt to be part of subgroups created for students, cyber professionals, men as cohorts, and allied group. And also don't miss out to check our website. Rivita, if you could just open our website.
Yes.
So we have NG Cyber Women website launched. So here you can get all the updates about our community, whatever upcoming events and etc. You can check out on this page. And also, if you haven't joined us yet, feel free to fill out the join us form. It's a Google form. Yeah, so here you can fill out the Google form, and we'll be able to onboard you onto the community. And if you'd like to contact us for any queries or questions, there is a contact us form as well. So please fill out that and we will get in touch with you shortly. Okay, going back to our plans, along with the collaboration, we are also planning to offer some training and events designed to upskill and cross-skill our community members, tailored to your requirements and industry needs. This will include workshops, training sessions, meetups, where you can engage in the knowledge sharing on various cybersecurity topics. Our first physical meetup is scheduled. I'm excited to announce that it will be on September 21st. We will update you soon with the details and venues and topics shortly. We're also planning to host some focus group meetings tailored to different levels, from aspiring students to top leaders, ensuring everyone gains valuable insights. We understand that not all training sessions or meeting would be benefit everyone. So what we have planned is to have few focus group meetings which will have better benefits. For example, basic cyber level meetings for students, an executive level meeting for cyber leaders, where they can discuss their pain points, challenges, future plans, etc. So the next step we are planning is to have some mentorship program. We plan to offer a structured mentorship program led by seasoned professionals and cybersecurity leaders eager to give back to the community. We already got a nomination for it. I saw that we have one member already nominating for this mentorship program. So this initiative aims to support individuals at all career stages, from students to seasoned professionals who are looking to advance in their careers. So a survey will be rolled out to gather nominations. Please fill out that survey, whoever is interested, and to take this opportunity when it is available. So next part is in our cybersecurity field, every day is a new day. We encounter new exploits, product launches, hacking news, and more and more. For instance, there was a recent ransomware attack news that happened in the Indian bank, which is affecting their UPIs and ATMs. And there was a denial of service attack on an Microsoft Azure environment. It was down for a few hours. So how many of you are aware of this event? If you have come across this news, can you quickly give a green check or say yes on the chat? Thank you. Thank you for the response. Yeah, so keeping up with these news in our cybersecurity field is very important. So what we have planned is that we will have all the such informations, latest happening of our industry posted in the channel, as well as on our websites. So feel free to share your insights, thoughts, and initiate a discussions on this. So that way we can improve our knowledges and ideas about these happenings around the world. Last but not the least, all these plans will not be possible without your helping hands. So we welcome volunteers. We would need a volunteer for multiple positions in our community. We'll send out a survey link in our WhatsApp channel shortly after this launch event. So fill out that survey based upon your interest and be part of this initiative. As volunteers, there will be multitude of benefits, including the opportunity to build your strong professional network, enhance both your technical as well as soft skills, and stay updated with your latest industry trends. And this will also increase your visibility and can lead a career advancement opportunities. Above all this, you'll get a personal satisfaction that you have contributed to the community, and that will be actually a most important valuable benefit out of volunteering, I would say. So on the social media era, we don't want to be old school. So we have our presence in multiple social media channels. We are there in Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, everything. So I'll post the session. At the end of the session, you will get the details about these pages and links. So feel free to follow us on all these channels. So with that, I'm going to quickly close it because we are already on top of the hour. We will have separate sessions for coming up. We can discuss more on our future plans in detail. So thank you for all your presence on this launch event. Looking forward to connect with each and every one of you shortly. Over to you, Riveta, for Q&A.
Thank you, Pavitra. So we did intend to have a Q&A session, but let me just quickly look at chat to see if there's any questions.
I think we can ask the team to, in case if they have any questions, to raise their hands, and we can see if we can take one or two questions before wind up. If anybody has any questions, you can raise your hands, or virtual raise, I mean.
Sorry, was there someone who had a question?
I don't see. Okay, I know this being the first event, we can plan more focus calls with certain groups. I think they'll open up there. We can speak and see how we can help each one of them. So please expect calls from us. You can reach out to us on the community also. I think there's one question, right?
Yeah, from Avneet. So the question is, how will this platform help to transit from different roles to cyber?
Okay, maybe I'll take this question. So Amneet, what we like, as in Pavitra was just calling out, right? We have planned for mentorship programs. So what we plan to do in that is identify, our PACE partners, as I was saying, who are already doing a steady focus and moving forward, and also see how we can, based on what kind of mentorship is needed for the people who are seeking mentorship. We will kind of see how we can connect with the right folks. Basically, per people who want to come forward and give it back to the community, connecting them with the people who need help. That's basically what we want to do. So we will hear more about um, those kind of things, like, we're looking for volunteers based on how things firm up. We will start, notifying you on those kind of mentorship programs, volunteering focus areas, and so on and so forth. So please stay tuned. You will hear from us very shortly. And we also request your active participation in whatever ways you can help us through.
There's one more question from Batma. Is it okay for experienced IT professionals to get into the space freshly?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good, like, for example, our own, general secretary, and you also saw Dr. Lata speaking to us, right? They haven't started with IT. They were doing something else, and then eventually they wanted to, I think at least from uh, Riveta, if you look at it, she was an application developer. Then based on a passion, she wanted to shift. I've seen many people doing that. definitely something very possible. So no worries about that. So we will guide you through. Uh, be very actively involved in the community. We can see where forums we can connect you to the right people. You can reach out to us anytime, so we can definitely help you through on what are the basic needs. Like in case if you need to do certain certifications, or if you don't know which career path within cybersecurity you want to pick, what is the best suiting thing for you? All of this we can definitely discuss and see how we can give a career guidance to you as well.
Ramya, you would like to add something? I see that you have raised your hand.
Hey, thanks, Pavitra. No, I just wanted to add one point to what Vimla said. So, people who are trying to move into cybersecurity, right? So, this is one field where you know you don't need a lot of it's not like a coding job, right? Where only if I've done 5 years, 6 years of Java, Python coding, I can apply for some expert positions. So here it's very skill based, where you can pick up a very specific technology skill. You can get trained, you can get certified, and then you can apply for a job, right? There are many such roles within cybersecurity, which is like governance, risk compliance, on the program management side, also on disaster recovery, BCP. There are so many things within cyber where it is not something where you need to have a lot of experience from the time you entered into your career. So you can always pick it up. That's the point I wanted to add. Sorry, over to
Uh,
you.
Thank you. I I think those are the two questions that we had. Maybe this might be a shameless insertion of myself since I'm the host and taking advantage of this opportunity. But I think during the course of the entire event, I think a main question was very much brought out about how we balance our work. So I think for women, that we don't only have to balance work and personal life, we also have something called family life. So to the senior members in this group, I would just like to ask, how do you kind of keep yourself motivated and encouraged to keep working and keep still driving this passion?
Ramya, you want to take the question?
Hey, thanks, Vimla. So yeah, I mean, for many of you who probably know me, right? So I'm a working mother. I have three kids at home of different age groups. My oldest one is in 10th grade. My youngest one is in first grade. So you can imagine the kind of fun we have at home, right? And I play a very senior role in my organization, hold a lot of
Mhm,
responsibilities.
mhm,
So, Rivera, to answer your question, right, what really drives us is, you know, um, for me, it's like connecting with that purpose of, yes, the work I do, it brings about a significant impact, right? So
mhm,
I'm causing, a big transformation in my space, right? I'm helping to protect, the digital
mhm,
world. I'm making a better working world. You know, I'm a cyber warrior. Because of the work I do, there are so many different markets and industries, which are able to benefit. So that purpose statement for me was very helpful, right? So every day when there are days when I go to sleep at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. There are days, I hit the bed early. So, like I said, if you have a very strict definition of balance, right? So then you feel like, it's going for a toss. You feel like no, things are not
mhm,
working. But then if you're very fluid, like Bruce Lee, I remember, his famous thing is be like water, my friend, right? So if you have that very fluid way of looking at things, you go with the flow, you connect with that core purpose, and then you keep moving forward, you keep contributing in whatever way you can, right? So for me, that was the biggest thing that kept me going. So in spite of my maternity leaves, every time I had to come back into the work, I was outdated, right? I mean, I had to pick up new skills, I had to learn, I had to get back. And even now, when I look at my peers, when I look at my when my leaders, right, there's so much to learn. So I feel like, you know, what we know is like so little, and what is out there to learn is so much. So that's what keeps me going every day, right? So over to you. Hope that.
Thank you, Ramya. Okay, I think that's it. We have a question, so I think I'll end this Q&A session in light of the time that we have. So let me just move to the next slide. So thank you everyone for your time. I hope you all were excited about this event as much as I was excited to host this and listen to all our speakers. So you can reach out to any each of us sorry, all of us in the community members anytime. But I'm also showing you guys the social media handles where you can reach out to us. So we have our LinkedIn, Twitter, or X now, YouTube, Instagram, as well as Facebook. And on the top, we also have placed the URL of our application. On the right, you can see the QR code. So this is you can scan this code to kind of just register for the group. It'll take you to the Google form that I was showing you earlier. Sorry. And so I would like to just leave you guys with this beautiful quote that I kind of found while I was doing research on this community is realizing that you're not alone, that you're standing with millions of your sisters around the world is vital. I hope this kind of resonates with everyone. And thank you everyone and have a nice evening. Good day.